Hi there, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Coming to you live from Paris Blockchain Week, talking to the most impressive founders and key opinion leaders in this space. And today, right here, right now, I have with me Sheraz from Storm Partners, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Can you introduce yourself to the people at home?
Sure, with pleasure. My name is Sheraz Ahmed. I'm the managing partner of Storm Partners. What we consider today is the McKinsey of Web3, strategic management consultancy firm that is helping Web3 ecosystems to grow and to scale their business. So yeah, really happy to be here. Geneva's not too far away where we're based. It's been an incredible one so far. We were just saying it's been 3 days now of hustle and bustle, but you know, we're still here, we still got energy, so yeah, super pumped. Yeah.
Nice. So let me ask you first, what kind of companies do you help scale up? Is it like startups from the seed of early stage, or some that already generated revenue? What kind of level?
Look, so today it's mainly ecosystems, so what we consider protocols or community aggregators.
Okay.
One of the reasons why is that we believe that through them we can help startups, enterprise, and let's say their own ecosystem. Because what do you need when you're an ecosystem, or let's say a layer one? You need builders, decentralized applications to build on top of your technology. Yeah. So those are normally startups, they're projects, right? So we help them with the funding mechanisms, we help them kind of with their onboarding, knowledge, expertise, etc. When you're looking for, let's say, that mass adoption or transaction volume on chain, what do you look for? You look for, okay, where are the organizations and places where you find those volumes? It's with the large organizations, you know, sure. Be it, you know, the Carrefours of the world, the, you know, supermarkets, be it with the Vodafones, the luxury watch players, etc. And so we can help create proof of concepts, partnerships, and start working with these large organizations with the protocols. Yeah. And then furthermore, as a lot of these protocols are designed with foundations and other decentralized governance mechanisms, sometimes they are relatively small organizations that have pretty big problems today, and so we can come in as a trusted partner and help them in plugging and playing there and scaling their solutions. So ultimately, when you mentioned who do we work with, it's true, it is kind of like the whole ecosystem, from startup, scale up to enterprise, but we really are there at supporting that central kind of base, which is this kind of scale.
Okay. So if you can give me a real life example of, of a recent project.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a few in the industry. We've helped Cardano to scale recently, and we've been doing a lot of work with them. I really appreciate the integrity of the whole ecosystem. They're one of the most decentralized organizations that I know, from, you know, the foundation that is more community oriented, from Emergo that is more investment and finance. You have IOG, which is more kind of on the development side. And then you have a whole second layer around that, right, with Intersect from governance to Catalyst from funding, etc., etc. And then you have another layer around that, which is all the community projects and builders and the likes around it.
The specific layer apps.
Sorry?
The specific layer apps?
Yeah, like decentralized applications and likes. And I think that was one of the projects that I really love, because there's so much going on within one kind of ethos and the like. So Cardano has been really good. One of the ones that has been really impressive and I think quite energizing for the team has been around the whole merger and acquisition side. We worked with SingularityNet, Fetch, and Ocean Protocol last year with their merge. And it was super exciting because I think it was one of the first in its kind where 3 foundations, 3 token types merged together to be able to enable a complementarity of technologies, because they were all working in the AI and blockchain space, but they were doing different things, right? One was working more on the data, one was working on the marketplace, and coming together really means that together we are stronger. And it's beautiful as well because the communities are now together and the likes. And I think when we consider consolidation in the market, there's so many tokens, so many projects that are doing similar things, where actually they could just come together, do it together, and they would have a better chance at achieving that mass adoption that everybody is going for. So I'm really excited about the whole mergers and acquisitions side of things this year. We're working on some really big mandates at the moment that I'm going to be excited, to speak to you about maybe, you know, next year in a few months.
Oh, okay. I almost thought you were going to give me some
some alpha today. Unfortunately, the confidentiality agreements are quite strong, but all I
just
can
make sure you reach out to us.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All I can say is that the market today is prime for consolidation, and consolidation not in a negative way. You know, I think when a lot of people hear consolidation, they hear bear market. When I hear consolidation, I really hear coming together makes us stronger.
Yeah, makes sense though. Makes sense because if you can create synergy, that's much better, more effective, more efficient, right? Okay. What do you think that will be the biggest hurdle for the coming 6 months in your space?
Yeah. Well, I think it's really really good question. I think there's going to be a few. Honestly, one of the biggest hurdles of Q1 2025 has definitely been the whole macroeconomic standpoint, which is the irony is because we all believed it was going to be the best part of the year, and it's ended up being the worst part of the year. And honestly, the funny part is that it's not only the fundamentals, it's the uncertainty that it's created. It's the fact that due to just the craze of volatility, but also the initiatives coming out of nowhere, they feel to a certain extent that they're not premeditated. It's just like shooting in every direction.
Whimsical.
Yeah, whimsical. It's like everything is going everywhere. It's creating a lot of uncertainty for builders, a lot of uncertainty for investors, a lot of uncertainty for everyone. And uncertainty, in my opinion, is the worst thing for the market because people are just like, you know what, I'm going to sit on my capital, I'm going to sit on my hands, I'm going to watch Netflix, and I'm not going to build because I don't know what is going to happen in the future. And I hope that in Q2 of this year, we can find a little bit more predictability again. The markets have always been volatile, they've always been emotional, we've always gone through cycles, but to a certain extent, builders have known, okay, we're in an upswing now, and we're going to get a little bit more attention for the things that we've built, that's okay. And when we're in a downswing, okay, we're going to build, we're going to get maybe a little bit less attention, but we know that we believe in what we're doing, and in the next couple of years, the emotional sentiment is going to get better and it's going to pick up, and there's going to be that FOMO cycle again. Today, we don't know if we're in a bearish or a bullish cycle or what's going on, and I think it's freaking people out.
Yeah, well, we also noticed it for ourselves. When the market is down, we have less views. Like people are more cautious, right? But at the same time, my personal opinion about it is like, if crypto wasn't this volatile, would it even be attractive? You know?
I hope so.
There's a bit of a balance because you have short-term gainers. You have people who are doing it for the long run, who are actually investing. Like how I started in 2017, I was like, oh, I'm going to invest in this company and that company because I believe in what they're doing. Only to be ghosted after fundraise. So that was the ICO period, right? But now I see that toxic behavior is still around, and the funny thing is now everybody's now screaming for regulation because I think we need it. We're like traumatized. So from your standpoint and point of view, how did you manage your own assets or your own activity in the space?
Yeah, happy to give you a little bit of context and really even to come back to that kind of part of volatility. I think we definitely would be here if there was a little bit less of that. Of course, to a certain extent, it's exciting. But I believe that, crypto has a really strong premise. But today in the market, one of the challenges is, and if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right, which is, okay, what are our baseline needs? They are, just drinking water, eating, safety, and the likes, right? And there's an interesting metaphor, which is you're not going to be scared of the sharks if you're drowning. Because if you're drowning, why the fuck do you care if you're going to get eaten? And I think that's where we're at today, right? Is that why should people care about crypto if World War III is going to happen?
4 already.
Well, 4. And I think that is something that we need to come to terms with. That of course our industry is important. Of course, it's going to solve some problems, etc. But we're not doctors. We're not producing food. So it is okay to a certain extent to have that balance and understand. Yeah, okay. Look, in a period of heavy conflict, uncertainty, and other things, that our industry might have to take a little bit of a backseat, right? And I think coming back to your question as well of like, how we've been able to manage our risk and our assets, etc. we've tried our best. The irony, and I think it's one of the only cases, is that we were part of a bankruptcy act with a Swiss bank. So a Swiss bank went bankrupt, and we had
a Swiss bank,
and we had assets there. And the thing is, we've touch wood, we've never gotten like hacked on an exchange and the likes, but we got hacked with our bank. So we got rug pulled with our bank, but not a crypto project. So, so when it comes to financial risk and the likes, it's true. People would say, yeah, use a Swiss bank. In our case, our funds were safer on an exchange than in a bank. So difficult one when it comes to managing risk. But I think one of the best ways to manage risk is to zoom out. Is that there's a lot of volatility in a short time frame, but there's less and less if you look at a medium to long-term time frame, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the crypto charts in a short-term frame, you might see this.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at it long-term, you're probably going to see that. Now, it doesn't mean it's only going to go up forever, but you should also adjust your risk to, okay, look, if I'm in my business at Storm Partners for the next 10, 20, 30 years, if there's certain things happening on a day-to-day basis, a weekly basis, you know, how many weeks is that over, you know, over 20 years? That's 1,000 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's okay if 1 week is bad or something else happens. Zoom out a little bit, and it'll allow you to adjust your risk.
Okay, so guys, you hear it. Even the big guys think like that. You know, without emotion, zoom out. So if I would give you like 60 seconds to, you know, sell your company, the unique, like an elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch.
How would you deliver it?
Yeah, how would I deliver it? Look, I would definitely say that Storm Partners was created to be able to be the trusted partner to the industry. The irony of this industry sometimes is that blockchain technology was built to bring trust into the digital world through a data management system that was transparent, immutable, and decentralized. And the problem is that maybe we can trust the digital, but unfortunately today it's very hard for us to trust the physical. As people, we might not always trust ourselves, and Storm Partners was created to be your trusted partner, to integrate well the trust of the digital world with the physical world. So I guess that's a bit of the elevator pitch.
You heard it, you heard it. So if you want to know more about Storm Partners, I would say visit bitcoinmagazine.nl, read the article and watch the video. And if you liked it, you enjoyed it, share and like the video, then so make sure you don't miss anything in the future.
Awesome, let's do it.
Thank you.
Sounds good.